113 Third Division games in Germany. Guatemalan hero Cincotta on Game of the Decade. Curious titles. Third Division in Germany, he was able to walk through the city center unobserved. However, since he has played for Deportivo Guastatoya in Guatemala, the calm is gone, because there he's celebrated like a star. In Guatemala, Cincotta enjoys a notoriety that doesn't stir by chance. In 2015, the Guatemalan made his debut for the Guatemalan national team. Since then, he has played 15 games and scored 2 goals for his country. His most important goal against Bermuda in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers ensured that Cincotta was hailed a hero by the press and fans. A fact that Cincotta is rather uncomfortable with. Market value as Cincotta £68,000 left back. I've never been concerned with getting famous with football, rather I just wanted to play football and have fun in the sport. That I can offer myself and my family a better standard of living with football is a great byproduct, yet I learned in Guatemala that money is not everything, Cincotta explained. The fact that people love him in Guatemala, and especially in Guastatoya, is also due to his attention to those around him. With volunteers from the city, he takes care of street dogs in his spare time, and he also frequently invites the homeless to eat. I think a lot of people in Germany don't even know what privileged situation we live in, and if I make people happy with a lunch, why shouldn't I, asks Cincotta. The considerations of moving to Guatemala were already there for Cincotta, since playing at Eintracht Frankfurt's youth team, and especially after the regional league SV07 Elversberg no longer wanted him. A few years ago, Cincotta was one of the strongest left-footed defenders in the third division. According to Cincotta, the reason he missed a leap into the higher leagues was due to his former club, Chemnitzer FC. Stats S. Cincotta left back app. Goals S. 218-20-15. During my strongest and especially injury-free time in Chemnitz, I had an offer from the Würzburg Kickers from the 2nd Bundesliga and from the Dutch 2nd Division VVV Venlo, first class since 2017. D. Red. The club had assured me that I would be allowed to leave the club on a corresponding offer. Unfortunately, the club did not comply. I doubted the professional business for the first time and frustration spread as I have always been loyal to the club and brought performance, emphasized Cincotta, who joined Elversberg after his time at Chemnitz. He wasn't really happy in Saarland either, too rarely could he retrieve his top form. Which was also related to his mother falling seriously ill. I'm unfortunately not the professional athlete who can blank something like that and who says, I don't care, I'm just focusing on the football. In time, I was even about to end my career, explained Cincotta, who got an offer from Guatemala after leaving Elversberg. Actually, I didn't plan to stand on the pitch again, but it was important to my mum that I accepted the offer, partly because I've been gearing up to football my whole life. Cincotta signed with First Division team Deportivo Guastatoya last September until the end of May this year. In his first season, he celebrated the championship twice with Deportivo. A fact that seems curious. We're playing 2 seasons in a calendar year. That said, there can be 2 different champions in a year. Sounds weird, but it's like that, Cincotta explained with a laugh. He continued, 12 teams are represented in the league. The first 6 end up playing the championship among themselves in the playoffs. Thanks to the 2 league titles, his squad also qualified for the CONCACAF Champions League, which includes the strongest clubs from North and Central America as well as the Caribbean. This is where MLS team Houston Dynamo awaits. CONCACAF Champions League Deportivo Guastatoya vs. Houston Dynamo. That's going to be the game of the year, if not the decade. We are actually only expected to suffer a high defeat, and I see this as our opportunity. If we catch a good day and Houston underestimates us, a surprise is possible, stated Cincotta. Despite the high poverty rate that prevails in Guatemala, young people do not see football as a salvation or an opportunity. Most parents try to save as much money as possible to give children a good education and send them to private schools or universities. Football is not seen as a chance for a better life, as is the case in Africa, insists the 27-year-old, for whom the switch to Central America has been a huge change. You think the same football is played all over the world, but it's not like that. Our playing field is a kind of mix of lawn and concrete and much smaller than in Europe. Due to the weather conditions, we are forced to train either very early in the morning or late in the evening, explains the left back, who criticizes the lack of professionalism. I'm too German there, but when training is scheduled at 8 a.m., I expect the squad not to be on the pitch until 8:15 a.m. In addition, cones and balls are often left lying on the pitch. That is something of a lack of respect for me. Nevertheless, it was one of the best